David Avanesyan takes Josh Kelly's unbeaten record by stopping him in the 6th round. Now, Josh Kelly started very brightly, as he often does. Very flashy, fast hands. He was making Avanesyan miss and making him pay. He was looking good. He was making Avanesyan look clumsy in there. Avanesyan at times was even tripping over his own feet. In the first couple rounds, there was also a moment where Josh Kelly landed a real good clean left hook and it rocked Avanesyan back on his heels. Avanesyan wasn't actually seriously hurt, but he was knocked off balance by the punch, and Josh Kelly jumped on him to see if he could maybe force an early stoppage, but I think he soon realized Avanesyan wasn't really badly hurt. But Kelly was looking real good. Slick. He was able to roll out of the corners when Avanesyan managed to maneuver him there. Spin out of the corners, rather. And yeah, he was just boxing very, very well. And then, I think it was in the 3rd round. Was it the 3rd or the 4th round? Josh Kelly suffered a bizarre cut to the back of his head. Now, I've seen people get cut on the back of the head before, but I've never seen somebody get cut on the back of the head this badly before, at least not in a boxing ring. In the street, yeah, I've seen people get bottled and hit with bricks and stuff like that and bleeding profusely from the head, but not in a boxing ring. Not on the back of the head. That was a bizarre cut. Now, obviously, you don't want to get cut on the out. You don't want to get cut anywhere, right? But if you're going to get cut, you don't want to get cut above your eyes because the blood can go in your eye and impair your vision. You don't want to get cut in the mouth or get a badly busted nose because that can affect your breathing. So if you're going to get cut, somewhere out the way where it's not going to affect your breathing or your vision is the best place. But nonetheless, Josh Kelly seemed very disturbed to me. I don't know about you guys, but from what I saw, as soon as he got cut and the blood started flowing, just a few seconds later, Kelly seemed disturbed and Avanesyan seemed spurred on. Maybe he sensed that Kelly was a little perturbed or confused by what had just happened to him. Maybe he didn't realize he was cut on the back of his head. Maybe he just saw all the blood coming out and thought, wow, maybe I'm cut on my face or something. But either way, Avanesyan was spurred on and he upped the tempo in a major way when Josh Kelly got cut. And Josh Kelly came out for the next round and the same pattern continued. Avanesyan was really on him. It was like a red flag to a bull when he saw all that blood. And Kelly just seemed to unravel. He wasn't able to keep it together. At one point, Josh Kelly actually tried to push Avanesyan back. And I personally think that was probably the best thing to do in retrospect. Some people say, oh no, it was a bad tactic because Avanesyan was able to get body shots off and stuff like that. Well, from what I saw, when Josh Kelly pushed Avanesyan back, like Evander Holyfield when he fought Mike Tyson, when they were in the clinches, Holyfield would walk Tyson back to the ropes. And this is a way of stopping forward momentum, breaking that forward momentum, breaking the rhythm of your opponent by constantly, wrapping him up and walking him back to the ropes. I actually think that was the right thing for Kelly to do. I don't know what Adam Booth was telling him in the corner, but I think if Kelly was going to last any more rounds than he did, 6, that's what he should have done. Because once you give Avanesyan forward momentum, a fighter like that, and you're not as sharp as you were in the first couple rounds, so you're not making him pay when he's coming in, it's only going to end up going one way. Now, I'm wondering whether Josh Kelly actually had a blood vessel ruptured in the back of his head. Because no matter how much Vaseline they put on there or what they tried to do to that cut, it just kept bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. It was quite incredible. And different fighters deal with things like that in different ways. Some fighters are not disturbed by blood at all. Some fighters seem to be spurred on when they're bleeding, like somebody opened a tap. Some fighters it almost spurs them on. But other fighters, and it's usually younger fighters, inexperienced fighters, they can become panicky. They can become disturbed. I remember George Foreman talking about being cut in a fight, and he said it drains you, whether it's the physical effect from blood loss or whether it's just psychological. But he said that he felt drained when he got cut. And to me, that's how Josh Kelly seemed to be behaving. Like he was, like the blood loss was disturbing him somehow to where it was draining him. And again, this was spurring Avanesyan on. He was landing more shots. Kelly wasn't able to get out of the way. He was losing his sharpness. He was slowing down significantly. Again, he tried to push Avanesyan back, but he abandoned that. Don't know whether Adam Booth told him to abandon it or not. And then the 6th round came around. Josh Kelly got dropped. Avanesyan put some shots together. Kelly got up. Avanesyan went in again, hit Kelly with some more damaging shots this time, and Kelly's legs this time were seriously gone. And shortly after that, his corner decided to throw in the towel, which was obviously the right thing to do. So, yeah, a strange fight, at least to me. Now, perhaps Avanesyan was going to stop Josh Kelly anyway, but even if that was the case, I feel like without the cut, it would have gone more rounds. I strongly feel that. Without the cut, that would have at least gone more rounds. Maybe it's academic, right? What's the difference if Josh Kelly gets stopped in 6 or gets stopped in 9? He still gets stopped. But to me, it just seemed like the whole tide of the fight shifted suddenly after that cut. So again, whether it's some mental inexperience and maybe fragility from Kelly, whether it was the actual effect of losing the blood, because obviously initially you're not going to be weakened by the first round of blood coming out your head like that. Not significantly, right? But yet Kelly, again, seemed disturbed to me. So maybe it is more of a psychological thing than a physical thing. But yeah, that's just my take on it. Let me know your take in the comment section below. Josh Kelly getting stopped by David Avanesyan in the 6th round. Did the fight go the way you thought it would? I know a lot of people picked Avanesyan. And by the way, I didn't do a poll for this fight, but judging by what the comments were on my pre-fight videos, I would say it was maybe 60-40 in favor of Avanesyan. Did you, like me, notice a change in Josh Kelly after he got cut? Or maybe you think it's a figment of my imagination. I can assure you it's not, but people have got different opinions. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm out.